Hi there, it's Gabriel here, SEO Manager at Hike SEO, and in this video we'll be talking about page meta descriptions, how to create compelling meta descriptions for more clicks to your site. Alright, let's dive in. So what will you learn in this video? Firstly, what they are all about, why page meta descriptions are important, different examples of them, how to write them effectively so you get the maximum click-through rates, why Google sometimes rewrites them, and why many people get annoyed at that. AI-generated descriptions as well. So let's dive in. What are meta descriptions to begin with? Basically, they are brief and concise snippets of text that provide a summary of the content of a web page. So they're part of the HTML code of a web page, and they're typically included in the head section of that code. So if you don't know HTML or you don't know about this, basically every single page has a head section, and within that there's different meta descriptions, there's different metadata, scripts, things like that. So the meta description goes within there so that search engines and other web crawlers can pick this up. So why are meta descriptions important? Firstly, it increases the page click-through rates, or CTRs. And in Google search engine results pages, or SERPs, the gray text underneath the blue link is the meta description. So it's typically the second thing a searcher reads when scanning through the SERPs, the different items, the websites that they could click on. And the first thing obviously is the blue link, the title, but the second thing will be they'll read the meta description quickly. So it also influences the searcher's decision whether to click on the result or not. So when you're looking for something, you quickly scan it, and if it seems relevant, if it sounds relevant, you're going to click it. So in an instant, it can determine that. So well-written meta descriptions can boost clicks and indirectly increase rankings because more people land on your site through the search and results pages. Also, meta descriptions act as organic ad text. So imagine advertisement, just plain text, but imagine it being organic because you're not actually putting any budget behind it. It's natural, it's organic. And this encourages the reader to explore the web page. So it needs to be with the mindset of an advertisement, of copy that really engages the reader and wants them to click on it, wants them to take an action. So the more relevant and the more compelling meta description is, the more likely that it will be clicked on within the Google or other search engine results pages. So here's an example. An HTML code example, to be fair, and the highlighted line is the meta description on apple.com. So you'll see meta is the first part, name equals description, so we know it's the meta description, and the content of that is the actual meta description text. Here's another example, a SERP example. So this is a listing that shows up in Google, and this is how that same listing will look like. So I've just highlighted that gray text that you so commonly see when you use Google, for example. And it's the same thing, and you can see it right there. Noticed that some of the keywords have been bolded because I searched Apple, so the term Apple will be bolded within the meta description. And here's another example for social shares. So the highlighted SERP is the same meta description on Facebook. So you'll see that that same SERP that you saw in Google, that meta description also shows up, let's say, on other social media platforms, including LinkedIn, Facebook, etc., etc. So how do you write a good meta description? There's a science and art to it, really. But you need to write compelling advert copy. And basically, you need to craft a meta description that entices users by highlighting the most attractive and the most relevant aspects of your content or business, making it irresistible to click on. So what you can do is you can use power words or words that evoke emotions to more easily trigger an action or a click from the users that are searching in Google for the most relevant result. Remember to avoid duplications. Make that meta description unique. And sometimes duplicates can happen without our knowledge through technical reasons or whatnot. So it's important to check all your pages and make sure that no duplicate meta descriptions have been flagged up. So ensure that each meta description across your site is unique and also tailored to the specific content or page that it represents. Okay. Duplicate meta descriptions can be confusing to both users and search engines. Because imagine reading something and you go to that page and it's nothing to do with that page because it's been duplicated from another page, or the website owner forgot to change it or whatnot. So just make sure that it is relevant and related to that content. So when there's confusion, then no actions are taken from that user, and your click-through rate and your traffic and rankings can decrease. So that's why meta descriptions are really, really important. The length of meta descriptions. So keep them really concise and within the limit of around 155 to 160 characters maximum to ensure that they fully display in search results. If they're longer than this, which they can be in many cases, they're likely to be truncated, meaning like cut off at the end, losing potential critical information or just a hanging sentence, which we don't want. So make sure that they're at maximum 155 to 160 characters. I would opt for the lower end, so maximum 155 characters, just to be on the safe side. Make it actionable. So encourage user engagement by including actionable language within the meta description. Use phrases like learn how to, or discover, or find out more to prompt users to take action and leading to higher click-through rates. Include a call to action as well. And basically when you add a clear, concise call to action to guide users what to do next, such as shop now, request a quote, or read the latest blog post, or read now, that can also help increase your click-through rates as well. Use your primary keyword. So add your primary keyword that is targeting that page within the description, ideally as close to the beginning as possible, because that's the first thing that the eye catches when it skims the meta description. And also it will be bolded if that person has used that keyword to search for whatever they're looking for. So this improves the perceived relevance of the content as they skim through. And queries are bolded to help users to scan more easily and to find pages that fit their search intent. That's why Google and other search engines do this. It just makes it easier and quicker to locate relevant content. So here's an example. I searched local electrician, and I've highlighted all the keywords that are bolded because of that phrase that I typed. So you can see local electrician, electricians, electrician with local. So any combination of these will be bolded within the SERPs. Match the content to the page. So ensure that the content on the page aligns with the promises made in the meta description. You don't want to have a mismatch. Otherwise, you're going to throw people away, mislead them, and basically have them leave your site and not return. So it should accurately represent what users will find when they land on the page, enhancing that user satisfaction and building the trust that you want to in the first place. So why doesn't Google use my description? There are many cases where Google will actually rewrite meta descriptions automatically. And there's many reasons behind that why it does it, but it does it. And the short answer is yes, it does it, and it's been doing that for a while now. So this happens when Google thinks that the rewritten version more accurately reflects the content on that page. They do it because it enhances what they feel is a better user experience. So this can be annoying to some content creators or website owners because they want their original meta description to be used, and then Google overwrites that. So how do you actually decrease the likelihood of that happening? Well, it's not guaranteed, but using high traffic keywords may result in greater likelihood of original descriptions actually being used. So there's no like clear-cut way around that, but if you tend to focus on keywords with a higher traffic, a higher search volume, chances are that you have more control over it. Ultimately, it's always best practice to write them instead of not writing them, and then let Google decide whether it wants to rewrite them or not. However annoying that is, it is what it is. So it's always good to write them anyways, and then see what happens. So AI generated meta descriptions. So writing them by scratch through just thinking about what you want to write can be quite time consuming, especially if you have hundreds or even thousands of pages on your site. So therefore, if you leverage AI tools, it can save you quite a lot of time and effort and provides a starting point for your meta descriptions. The key is not necessarily to use the first response, but have the tool generate multiple versions and then choose the best one, and then even refine it for even more impact. Refine it to your tone of voice of the brand, and refine it to make it more accurate to the content, all of that. So let's talk about Hike SEO. So Hike can help you research keywords to map to specific pages. And this is really important to do because you want to have a page target specific keyword phrase. And those keywords can then be used within your meta description for that page. So additionally, Hike's AI content wizard generates a draft blog article around that topic, and you can sprinkle in and define the keywords that you want used within that content draft as a starting point. And that saves you a lot of time because it comes up with an outline, a raw piece of content that you can start with, refine it, and then post it on your site. So Hike allows you to actually streamline that, makes it so much easier, and creates a relevant content piece using the keywords that you define. So here's a quick screenshot of the content wizard, and you can basically add your own title or have Hike generate it for you, and then you can add the keywords that you want sprinkled within that content piece, and then you can save that and then generate that article for you. So thanks so much for listening and learning about page meta descriptions. If you have any questions at all, let me know. Otherwise, if you haven't yet tried Hike SEO, definitely sign up today and use its AI-powered features such as the content wizard that you've just seen. It saves a lot of time, makes it so much easier to create SEO content, and it also has a lot of other features and a lot of other great tools that allows you to help you rank higher and get more organic traffic. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.